Hey everybody, welcome back to Montreal Connected. Now, the hockey season is over, but the league is still very busy with awards, the entry draft, and teams bidding on free agents starting July 1st. To discuss the free agency situation, we are joined by Stephen Brunt in our Sportsnet studios in Toronto. Now, Stephen, quickly, how does free agency work exactly?
Well, I guess this is the closest thing to a free market you're going to see in a salary cap league. Players whose contracts expire, depending on their service time, some of them are eligible to become unrestricted free agents. Some of them, like PK Subban, are restricted free agents, so the team that they've played for has a right to match essentially any offer they have. So at this time of year, as you approach July 1st, hockey teams clear cap room, clear space. We've seen compliance buyouts so that they could get rid of some dead money or money that they don't want to spend under the cap, and prepare themselves to go out and shop for the players that are available, some of whom, come with no strings attached, the unrestricted free agents.
Yeah, we know there were bidding wars for players like Rick Nash and Jaromir Jagr. So how are the teams limited in how much money they can actually spend?
Well, they're limited under the salary cap, whatever next year's number is going to be. We know it's going to go up from this year. That number hasn't been finalized. And they're restricted in terms of the maximum salary and the maximum term under the current collective agreement. But that's it. If you can fit a player under the cap, and if you're willing to offer, it's whatever the market will bear, really, in a lot of ways. The players will go, if you're an unrestricted free agent, you'll go to the highest bidder.
All right, well, looking at this year's crop of free agents, who are the top players out there right now?
Well, there's a lot of famous names. Todd Bertuzzi is there. Daniel Alfredson, no one knows if he's going to play another year, is there. Jerome McGinley's on the list. There's players like Ryan Miller, who would be very interesting. But I think, really, to me, the most interesting player out there right now is Paul Stastny. Because he's in the prime of his career. He's 28 years old, so he's at the very earliest age at which a player can become an unrestricted free agent, and any team signing him is going to get, his peak years as he heads into his 30s.
Do you think the Canadiens will be fishing around in the free agent pool? And if so, what might they be looking for right now?
I think that their main concern is going to be dealing with their own guys. They've already done that with Markov. Who was unrestricted. They gave him an extra year to cut down on the amount of salary, so that gives them some flexibility under the cap. They're going to have to decide what to do with Brian Gionta, who's unrestricted. But the big question for them is, a restricted free agent, PK Subban, who's going to command money pretty close to the top of the market, even though he is a restricted free agent. It's going to be interesting what that number is and what the term is. And beyond that, if they have any money left under the cap, there's talk about them going after maybe a Matt Molson or an Ales Hemsky or someone like that. But I honestly think, Montreal's concerns are going to be, number one, Subban, number two, Markov. They've dealt with one of the two already.
They're definitely going to have to pay up for PK, and we're all hoping they do for sure. Thanks for your insight on all this, Stephen. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Wilder.